Hey, hello and welcome to things not to do when you're on public transport and how not to be annoying on public transport and blah 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 blah. Okay, you ready? You know when you're on public transport and then this person next to you is really ill and they're being really annoying and you're kind of just sitting there like on your iPods and just doing stuff. And you're like, ugh. And you're kind of like, you're trying to move to the edge of your chair, but that's where the aisle is. So you're kind of sitting on the edge, and you kind of like, if they cough anymore, you're going to fall off your chair. You can like just pretend you can't notice them. Let's just play Angry Birds. They're not going to cough at me anymore, are they? Must have just stopped. And you're like, and you get so close that you end up, you really don't want to embarrass them, but you end up standing up. And there's like an empty chair in front of you. You just sit in front of them, and they kind of they look really upset. You're like, well, but you don't say I'm sorry, but you feel it, and you have to get off the bus at the stop that's not yours because you feel so guilty. And then your bus doesn't come for another 20 minutes. Also, another thing that's annoying in public transport is when they start staring at you and like looking at your mouth or something, and you feel like you got something there. And you keep kind of rubbing it and licking, going. Nothing there. They're still staring at you there, and you're kind of like, nothing's going on. And they're kind of staring at you, and you go, and they're like, and then you give this look like, and they're kind of like, you give this look, kind of like, okay, go away, I've understood now. And they're still staring at you like this, and they're like not staring. They're kind of staring at you, and you get really nervous. And you're going to think, are they a mouth perfect or something? And you're like, what the hell's going on? Okay, yet another thing that's annoying on the train is when someone, like, you're putting your hand up like this, you're just standing there on the tube, and you don't want to like, get knocked over. But you don't want to be... But you don't want to be one of those people, you're like sitting, you're like that, just got your hand on the bar thing, yellow bar. Then someone just does this and puts their hand right on top, their sweaty hand right on top of you, and they're grasping really tight, and you're kind of just like sweaty hand, and you don't want to like go flick off their hand, and they kind of give you this weird look like, what are you doing? And they move their hand higher,
and then when you're like, if you're like that, especially, this only happens if you're a kid. Like, adults don't get
I'll shrink down to kids mode.
How kids get when this happens. Like, it's usually when people have just been to like a football game and they just come like,
I know, it's like, armpit. But you seem to just fit perfectly in their armpit. And everybody's there like,
so
what the hell's going on? And you're kind of there like, and you kind of move. Then they move over with you, and you kind of like.
It's like you're my armpit hair.
And there's nowhere to sit down. You're kind of looking around, going, "Help me!" And everyone's going to stare and going, "Why are you still standing there next to that person?" Say bye-bye to the pole.
That's going to start at me. Don't you find it annoying when you're on the train or the bus or any public transport, and then you're just happily away reading? Lost in a book, and then a stranger just randomly sitting next to you. It's just randomly there, and then you turn the page, and they turn back because they want to read that last sentence.
And you're kind of like, okay, but I kind of want to read what's on the next. They start crumpling your piece of paper. You're kind of like, but I want to read that bit. And you're kind of like, sorry, do you mind if I just take this newspaper to read? And I really want it. And you're kind of like, I'm reading it. Sorry, I brought it. And then you read this article, and then they get bored and start trying to flick over. Like, you can no, they don't like go like that, but they kind of just accidentally stroke your page, and it accidentally seems to turn over. You can just you're reading something in the article that's interesting, and you kind of go, oh yeah, national TV. You kind of like, and you're kind of like. In your head, you're thinking, this is out of order. You can't start your book. And what you really want to do is roll up your book or newspaper or magazine, depending who you are, and just go like that and attack them. But in real life, You have to live with it until you get off at your bus, train, tube stop.